Good morning, Chiang Mai Expat Club.
Good morning!
Alright. Try that again. I don't know if you were here last month. If you weren't, my name is Noah. I am the new media director here for the club. And I want to tell you just a little bit about myself before we move on. I joined the club back in March of 2020. And of course, I didn't get to see any of you because you were all wearing masks at the time. And I think I was at 2 meetings and then that was it until they started back up. When did we start back up? October last year or August? Can't remember, but I had to go back to the States for a couple of months, so I missed a couple of meetings. So basically, this is like my 4th or 5th meeting. So here I am on the board. But anyway, we're going to do something a little different today because the person that was supposed to come and speak to you today had to cancel. So this is on the fly. I made this up all by myself. So to get us all into a mood, I have a quick video for you to watch. So I'm going to step down off of here and let Shane, thank you very much for. I've watched this video 6 times and I've laughed every time, so hopefully you will too. Welcome, Mr. Brad Upton.
How many here are not under the age of 30? 20-somethings? Let me hear from the 20-somethings. These are the dumbest people I've ever met in my life. Not personally, just as a group. Do me a favor, put some cash in your pocket, increase your debit cards every $1.17 purchase. I get so tired of standing behind on a mini mart. That's $1.17. Here's my debit card. You don't have a buck and a quarter? I know they're dumber than people my age. You know, when I was growing up, we didn't have any childproof caps. We dropped a Coke bottle, it didn't bounce, it shattered. Our parents let us play with guns and knives and fireworks. You know what happened to the dumb kids? They didn't make it. It's true. These guys grew up in a world that's childproof and padded. All the dumb ones left. Now these debit cards, $1.17 purchases. You ever see them buying energy drinks? How much energy do you need in your 20s? Should be selling those at the retirement village. That's the target market right there. A couple of monsters in a Red Bull are going to pick up that video game, I'm sure. P19, that's mine. Let our terms or anything. I don't want to sound like a broken record. You know what that means, right? People under 30 never own a record player. They don't know what that means. They don't know what that means. They don't know what that means. You still don't. You ever watch them on their smartphones, can't put them down, somebody calls, somebody texts, they need to tweet. Jeez, focus. You ever take a smartphone away from a 20-something? They don't know what to do. They look like they got hit with a shovel. I should have learned how to talk to people. The texting never ends either. It's nonstop. But you know what, Seattle, I'm not making this up. There's a public service campaign going on. It's on the buses, in the newspapers, on the radio stations, telling young people, you cannot text 911. You have to call and use your voice. I wish I was making that up. Because apparently they've had trouble with it. OMG, someone's in the house. I am not RFLMAO. There's initials for everything you read it to. It's all initials into a funny sentence. LOL. You know, we used to put initials at the end of a funny sentence. We used to write H-A-H-A. It's pronounced ha-ha. It stood for ha-ha. Which is a much better way to say ha-ha than lol. You're not the first ones to use the initials, FYI. I make fun of the 20-somethings that are phones, but you know what? I'm as bad as they are. They're addictive. It's instant information at the end of your hand. It's hard to leave them alone. But I do miss the black, old-school rotary phones. You know why those are good for? 20-somethings, you're missing out on this. The older people remember this. End in an argument. Yeah. Remember slamming those down? Felt good to slam a phone down. You let some aggression out. You want to kiss mine, baby. Felt good. Can't do that with a smartphone. You kiss mine, be quick. You tear your pants pocket up doing that. Those old phones, there was a bell in there. You slammed it hard enough, you could ring it. I see some people nodding there, remember? You want to kiss mine. You guys know I did this? Phones used to be on the wall. I'm not making that up. I'll tell you something else, people used to call us, we didn't know who it was. I'm not making that up either, am I? Remember the phone would ring, you would run to answer it. You pull your hamstring to get to the phone. Now you hear that thing ring, you go, well, whatever. And you know why you would run? Listen to this. Do you know why you would run to the phone? Listen to this. Because if you didn't get there were no answering machines. Looking at me like, no way. And then you didn't know. You did not know. You said, like, who was that? And then, listen to this. You had to call all your friends. Listen to this. On numbers that you stored in your head. I'm not making that up either, am I? No. All the old people in here, they know the number of the house they grew up in. Am I right? Yeah. Now do you know your spouse's number? No. Phones are smart, we're not. Some kids are having trouble telling time now. They never see the face of the clock. They don't know how to tell time. Think about the Army fighter pilots that are making. Enemy aircraft, 2 o'clock. That's in an hour. The parents are with guns and knives and fireworks. You know what happened to the dumb kids? They didn't make it.
Just close the window.
How many here are not under the age of 30? 20?
All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that. Just a little laugh there. I thought it was pretty funny. I don't know how many people are here from the States, but it's probably exactly the way it is there. I remember the first time this happened to me was probably mid-90s. I owned a duplex. I was painting one side, and my daughter came home with one of her classmates, and I was listening to music like I always do while I was painting. And he came in the room and he said, "Oh, I know that guy." And I go, "Yeah, it's Jimi Hendrix, Foxy Lady." "Yeah, that's it." And I go, "Yeah, when I was your age, I wore the grooves out of my album listening to that." And he looked at me and goes, "What's an album?" Because he had no idea. And that was the first time that it ever happened to me. And so, anyway. Okay, so today what we're going to do is we're going to talk about Google Maps. And what that's going to entail is I'm going to put it up here. And I didn't bring my computer because we didn't have any way to connect it. So I cannot show you what's on the telephone, just on what's on the computer, because there are 2 different types of ways to look at Google Maps. Now, let's to get everybody involved in this, how many people here use Google Maps? So that's pretty much all of you. And pretty much here in Chiang Mai, if you want to get around, you whip out your phone, which is what you typically do. Whip out your phone, put in the location you want to go, hit directions, hit start, and you just follow the nice lady, turn right, turn left, whatever. So now the other day I live in May Rim, so I have quite a bit of traveling to do to get here. And the main road alongside the Ping River that I take in, it's really cute. Google Maps is really interesting in a way that when I get on this main road, most everything is in English, and it comes up and it displays unknown road to me because it doesn't know the name of the road. However, when I get on the main drag, it pops up with the road name only in Thai, so I still don't know the name of the road. Could be unknown road in Thai, but it's not. But it talks to me in English, and everything else seems to be in English. If you've probably noticed on your phone, restaurants, gas stations, shops, most of them are in either English and Thai, or sometimes just Thai. But there's ways around that. So we're going to get started. I could use a portable mic for this.
Just take it out and go over. You bring something over there?
Oh, okay, I never hold it really close. Okay. Google Maps, of course, is part of the Google ecosystem. It's only one part of the system. And you can all see that, I hope, right? So we're going to start by trying to put this in English. Okay. Let's see if I can. Guess I should have checked this out before. You know what? Why did I sign back here? Oh, I'm signing here. I'm going to change from Thai to English. Bear with me here. Let's see what else I can talk about. Here. You guys, if you've ever seen a giant check mark, you know, on a t-shirt or a billboard, you know who that represents? Just a giant check mark. Anybody know? Nike, right? It's called branding, right? So they did very well with that. Somebody probably made a lot of money on that one. You got it in English now? Okay, good. While we're talking about this, let me ask you this. I was always big props just in case. Anybody know what this is? Egypt? It's a cotton swab, yes. Now, however, you're also right. In this case, this is a Johnson & Johnson Q-tip, but it's a brand name. It's actually a cotton swab. But Johnson & Johnson wants you to say Q-tip, so don't worry about that. They like that. It's good branding for them. All right, so let's get back over here to Maps. All right, so the first thing I'm going to tell you is we're on the computer version of Google Maps, which is slightly different than the version that you see on your phone, okay? And the reason is you just have a lot more options. And most people do not use what's on their computer because you're usually mobile, and you can say, well, why would I use this? Well, I'm going to show you a bunch of things. Okay, first off, this is a little location button down here on the right. If you click on this location, it's still in Thai. So I reply, off the yes. Google Maps does not have permission to use this location.
Yeah. It doesn't have a location sensor on the computer.
It doesn't have a location sensor on the computer. So how am I going to teach this class if I don't have a location? All right, let's see here. Let's see, I'm signing with myself. Okay. There's my home. And you'll notice it has a GPS coordinate because I recently built this home and my address, I did not build it in there, but I will show you how to do that in a second. All right, so it drops a pin at my location, right there. And this is their typical view of Google Maps. Down here you'll see this, I don't know what you want to call it, icon of layers. So you can view, and some of this stuff you might know, some of this stuff you might not know, some of this stuff you might have forgotten. But you can look at it in this particular view, which is what the default view is, or you can look at it in satellite view, so you can look at it, aerially, right? So you can see what it looks like from the air. And you can zoom in and zoom out using the wheel on your mouse or whatever. There's a couple of really nice features here. For some reason, it's not on this map. Where is it? Oh. Okay, here it is. All right, so down here in this right-hand corner, I saw this the other day. I didn't know what it was. And if you open this up.
You got English. Sorry, I brought her.
Oh, okay, yeah, we got it. Yeah. If you bring this up, it's pretty interesting. Down here, it's under Explore. It gives you things in the area, and when you scroll over that, you see the line appear here. It will tell you from your location. This is my house right here. From your location, where these things are located. Okay, and there's lots of them. You can just go down here, and it'll give you all these different locations, different places you might. What is that? You can click on it, and if you do, it'll show you the pictures. Whatever it is, this is Lupton Ceramics. So there's all sorts of places that I didn't know exist around my house. It's something really nice that you can use Google Maps for. If I want to, let's see, go back to here. There's my house there, and I want to. Why does this not look the same? Let's do this. Do I? Okay, I don't know. Okay. Alright. So here's the hotel here, okay? The one? Okay, so there you go. And I want directions, and I'm gonna go for my house. This is how you would do it either. Right? Whether you're on the phone or whether you're on the computer, you can look up directions in this manner. And of course, it does give me options to go in different directions. You see the blue line is, of course, the route it's telling you. Up here, it tells you, are you driving, are you taking transit, walking, biking. Those of you that, live here in the city and do have bicycles, you can change that. And that feature will come in handy in a little while. And what's really nice about it is the different routes will tell you how long it's going to take, how many kilometers it is. And that's also a pretty darn good feature. And I have it in satellite mode, so we can stick it here in the road. So you can see the roads a little bit better this way, right? Okay, so here's a feature that's pretty interesting. I'm going to go up to my house. I don't know if you know how to do this, but here's the Ping River right here. You can see Ping River on here. And let's say right here at this location, there was a boat that's going to take us out for a cruise. And we wanted to know how far they're going to take us down the river to Love Sushi, which is a restaurant not far from me. And they're going to drop us off there, let us have dinner, pick us back up, and take us home. And we wanted to know how far it was to Love Sushi from my house. Well, I know how far it is on the roads, but I don't know how far it is in the river. So in this case, you actually can use Google Maps to map out your distance. What you do is, we're going to start right here on this river. I'm going to right mouse click, and I'm going to choose measure distance. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go down the river here as best I can. And you can drag this up. And I'm just clicking as I'm going along the way. And right here is a restaurant called Love Sushi, and it is down here 2.96 kilometers or 1.84 miles away. I don't know if you know that you can do that, but it is something that you can do. Now, you can do that. You can use this measurement in another way as well. Let's see if I can find home that I can use. Okay. see this, guys? So let's say I wanted to replace this grass right here. I'm thinking of putting in a new lawn and a sprinkler system, and I want to go to the sprinkler guy and say, how much is this going to cost me? Well, the first question he's going to ask you is, how big of an area? So what you can do in Google Maps, you find your house. This isn't mine, but if it was, you can use that same measurement. I still have it up, that's why it's there. But you know why? I have to close it first because it's measuring from where I started before. And here's my lawn. Do this. Why are you doing that?
Measure distance.
Measure distance. Thank you. See, some of you already know this. Slide this up a bit. Here, here, and here. And now I have, you can see in the bottom, it says total area 58.4 square meters, or 629 square feet. So that gives you the ability, you can use it for putting it outside, you can use it for a sprinkler system, you can use it for, like if you were hiring somebody to spray for bugs or whatever, you know, or if you were buying chemicals yourself to put down bug spray, you know how much, you look at the bag and it says it's good for 25 square meters, well, you have 60, so you need 3 bags. So it's something that you can use in Google Maps to, make your life a little bit easier. All right. Now, the other view, or previews, we did the layers here. Down here, you see this little man. You probably already know who he is. This is street view, right? So if you want to see street view, I'm going to do something. I'm going to close this. And I'm going to look at this real quick. I'm going to put in Rancho. I think most of us here know the mall at Rancho, right? Okay. So there's Wimpy Supermarket, the whole bit. And this restaurant right here, the View Bar restaurant, obviously, you just roll your cursor over things, will give you this. If you click on it, it will bring you directly to their website and stuff like that. But I'm going to use this little street view guy here, and I'm just going to pick them up and I'm going to drag them, and I'm going to put them right in front. You see the circle underneath of them? You can kind of wave around over there, kind of like making it busy or whatever. But there's a little circle, and I'm going to drop them right in front of the restaurant here. And he's going to give me a street view. Now, he didn't know which way I wanted to look, so I'm going to go back just a little bit. And as you can see, there is the View restaurant, which is pretty handy. If you're going there for the first time and you don't know what it looks like, now you do. Also, you could go 360 and you could say, oh, I see what's across the street now. And that way, when you're heading there, because sometimes, I don't know about you guys, but every once in a while, she says turn left or turn right, and you can't spot what she's talking about, right? There's signs or a building or something in the way. But if you use this on your computer first, you now have a mental image of where you're going or where you're heading, so you can use that. Now, here's the feature I wanted to show you that I didn't know until just recently. Up here in the corner, it says see more details. You click on this. Down here, it gives you a calendar of what this place used to look like over the years. I don't know if you can see it, but this is July of 2022, the last one. You can see it. And if you go all the way down to October of 2011, this is what the view used to look like. And you can see it was just a thought at the time, which I think is pretty cool. If you look at your own place, and you've been there a long time, or you can do this anywhere in the world, not just here in Chiang Mai. You can go put your address that you used to live back in the States or in Canada or wherever you're from, and you can go back 10, 12 years, and the trees have grown, the place looks different, maybe the neighbor knocked down the house and built a new one. It's really kind of nostalgic, but it's kind of a fun feature if you didn't know that. And then if you I'm gonna move up to 2020 here. You can see they just started construction of it. They weren't done yet. But in 2022, I think actually in 2021, they were open on sea. Yeah, they opened in 2021, I think. This is 2020, you can see they still haven't opened yet. So that's kind of a handy, neat thing, I think. All right. Now, here's something else we're going to do. We're going to do this. Let's see if there's anything else. Close this. Let's see if there's something else I want to do. All right, we're back to here. I'm going to open up Google Calendar. Because I think this is also a pretty neat feature and pretty cool. So let's use something real time. Let's go to March 25th. How do I do that? Let's go right there. Okay, so anybody know what Saturday, March 25th is at 9:30 or 10:30?
This meeting again.
Yeah, it's the next meeting of the CIC club, so there's 10 o'clock. We can edit the time later, but I got it right on the nose. I clicked halfway between, so it made it 10:30. Okay, so now we're going to do, we're going to type in CEC meeting. That's what we're just going to put a title here. Spaces. Okay. And then here's where we go. We can add location. Okay. So this is what you do. It's really pretty good. You're going to add location, and we're going to, again, it may be at the Guam, but then again, maybe not. And you never know. But let's just say. I'm typing
Some of the keys are dodgy.
Oh, there you go. That's why. Okay. Now I get it. All right. So here's the hotel. All right. Now, once I'm here, I've set this calendar up over here, and this is really nice about Google. Most things that you drag your cursor over, it will tell you what that is. And this is a preview in Maps. So I'm going to preview this in Maps. And then on the right-hand side here, you can see here's my map. It's giving me the website and also directions. So I'm going to go directions. And again, I'm going to go by car. It's probably going to ask me, oh yeah, I have to start. I have to do this. Let's start my house again, just so you have a starting point. Okay, so down here, it is going to give you the directions to here. And here's where it gets nice, because you can send the directions to your phone. And once you send the directions to your phone, now you've not only set this up in Google Calendar, because the Google apps talk to each other, you can now have this set up in your phone. And I really wish I had put this presentation together and then just play a video of it. But I don't have a way to put the phone up there, so I can't really show you what it looks like. But it's going to look very similar to what you normally do when you just do it yourself. But what's nice about this is you can go in there in your phone and you can do a little bit of work telling it not only whether you're taking ride share, whether you're taking a bicycle, because you might be riding your bike here, you might be taking a Grab, and Google Maps will calculate, based on previous information that it's been gathering all these years, how long it's going to take you to get there, whether you're driving, whether you're taking Grab, whether you're riding a bicycle. It will even include the elevation. So if you're riding a bike and you have to be going uphill, it knows you're going to have to slow down a little bit when you get to this hill. And it will, you can have it remind you, give you a notification. It will calculate when you need to leave in order to get there at that specific time. So it's a really handy feature, and it's really nice, and I didn't know you could do this, so that's why I wanted to show you. Now, another thing, so I'll save this, and it'll be in, and it's here, but it's also now on my phone, because they talk to each other, so that meeting is now saved in my phone. And let's see what else I can do here. Go back to Google Maps. So we can tab every time. That's okay. All right, what else did I want to show you guys? Okay. Oh, there was one other thing here. If I let's see. This doesn't have location set, right? So I have to use my house. There's no location. One of these days I'll have to fix this. I actually can show you about how you can fix this. So here I am again. I'm not going to show you. Oh, yeah. You have to go something like this. Directions, choose, anyway, the restaurant I was telling you about. Now, what was I going to show you? Oh, okay. I don't need a direction, but this is my pin, right? Direction, location. If you right mouse click on this, you click on this. No? Well, it's copied to your clipboard, but there's a way to share this. How do I do that? Because a lot of people like to share their location. And that's the weirdest part, because in order to do that, I have to show your location. And I can't, right?
It's under options.
Options.
On the left-hand side, right now. No. Look, just a little bit higher.
Weird? I don't think so.
Okay, now get out of there. Send directions to your phone.
I don't want to send it to my phone. I want to share them in some way.
Okay, try one other thing. Get out of that. Get out of that.
Usually, because the reason I can't do it is because I can't get the location of this hotel. But if I could, and I was in a large place, even this hotel, you might not know where, but let's say you're out and about in the city, somebody calls you, they say they're going to meet up with you, no problem, but you're going to the market, you want to stop and have dinner, maybe get a drink or something. You can share your location, and you can share your location for as much or as long as you want, and in any manner. You can send it to an email address, you can send it to somebody else's phone, you can send it via line, via WeChat, or whatever, and you can either specify the length of time. And what's nice about that is, at the time you share your location, you're in one place, but you may be in another place 15 minutes down the road or 20 minutes down the road, and you don't know when the people that are going to join you are coming. But that's okay. When they click on the link, whatever time, it's going to show that exact location where you're at. And I wish I could have my phone up there. Maybe next time I'll try to do something like that. However, next month, I already have a speaker coming in, so there won't be like a little class interacting here. So it'll just be a speaker that's going to take up most of the time next time. But it's actually, my suggestion here in Google Maps is to use your Google Maps on your laptop, tablet, or home computer and play around with it, because there's a lot of options that you can do, a lot of things that you can't do on your phone. And anything that you can do on the computer, you can send to your phone, and it's already set up. So you can, at your own leisure, sitting at your desk, do what you got to do, send it to your phone, and you can set up the time, the date, whatever. You don't have to do it on the fly, and it'll be right there. It's a reminder, it tells you where to go. You click on start, and you can head off, and then you can share that location with other people if you want. Now, I know that was a lot of information, and I didn't, like I said, I didn't have I wanted to put together a presentation. I didn't have time to do that because it was short notice, and I really wanted to provide some cool features here. I showed you a couple. I didn't stand on any one particular feature long. Does anybody have any questions about anything I showed you, or something that you'd like to do in Google Maps that you're not sure you can do? Was that informative a little bit? I'm new at this, so I'm trying to gauge whether or not this is something, that you're interested in. Don't all speak at one time. Yeah.
That feature where it shows the places nearby underneath.
Right.
Do you know if that feature is available on the phone?
No.
You don't know, or it's not?
No, it's not.
Got it.
Yeah, it's one of those features where you have to get on your laptop or your
How
computer.
about the distance?
Well, I think it does give you the distance. Let's see here. I didn't know. I couldn't get the location here.
There's your share.
Where's that?
You were looking for share earlier. It's on the left-hand side.
Right, I can share my location, but here it is. So they give you, thank you very much, appreciate that. So there are several ways to share. It defaults to either Facebook, Twitter, or Gmail, but of course you can always copy the link to your clipboard, and then you can open up Line, WeChat, WhatsApp, whatever you're using, and you can just paste that in there. And then once you do that, let's see if I do that. Let's see if it's not my computer, so I don't know how to open Line, otherwise I would share it.
Probably not on there anyway.
Probably not on there yet. But let's see. See if it's not on my phone. See, the problem is it's not on my phone. I can't show you how to edit that share location so that you can modify that location to send you a notification, when, where, and how. And what was that question you asked Rick about?
I asked if that picture is all the nearby places that are available on the phone.
Right. And then you asked about distances. This is
No, distances, yeah.
Yeah, but what I was thinking is maybe it's only on the satellite view that you get this, but remember I showed you this picture now? I forgot how to do it. It shows slides. That's weird. That is so weird. I totally forgot how to do that.
CRS.
Yeah, I do have CRS case finder. See, I totally forgot how to do that.
Right to the little icon at the bottom.
Yeah. Yes. But I showed you the thing at the bottom there. And now I can tell you how to do it. So it's very strange. Oh, there it is. Well, no, that's the dates when you go back in time. I don't remember now.
Just keep going back. Keep going back. Keep pressing back, and then we'll come back to what you're doing before.
There it is. Right there. Okay, so let's open that up. And I believe, see, we had looked up the mall, and here, it's giving you, it's only giving you where the location is. So if you wanted to go to, isn't this it? Alzheimer's Thailand Bond? Really does.
Probably come in handy.
I didn't know that. Well, here's an ice cream shop, okay? It does say that, though. It's interesting. Not surprised there are several lots at the bottom here, right? As you know this, that's across the street there. But it doesn't give you the, see if you click on it, Yeah, it won't give you how far it is from your location. You'd have to just go ahead and put that location in there, I guess. Anyway, if I had time, I didn't have time, I would have tried to put together a presentation, a recorded presentation that I could have just put up on here so that I'm not trying to guess what I'm trying to tell you, because this is kind of off the fly. And I apologize for that, but let me just remind most of the members here that the people that we bring in to do, hold on one second. It was freezing just a minute ago. Never mind, I'll stand up. It was told just a minute ago. I had to go to the bathroom to warm up because it's still air conditioning in the back. So I rode over on the motorbike this morning, and coming from Marin, it can get a bit chilly. The person, like I said, I would love to have put together a presentation to make it a little more clear, but just let me stop for a second and just ask if there's anybody that has any questions. I'm sorry if I bored you with this, or if I'm sorry I didn't show you anything new or something you might not use, but I think if you use the Google Maps on your computer, your laptop, your tablet, whichever you're using at home, and you just play around with it, I think you'll find that there's a couple of cool and neat features that you can use. So hopefully you've learned at least something or you thought that was interesting. Anybody have a question? Oh, I'm going to come and so everybody can hear you. Well, yeah, actually, YouTube is like, if you want to, I learned a lot from this guy here. Let me just show you, because the question was, is there some place you can go to learn? And she specifically said iPhone, but it doesn't really matter whatever it is you want to learn. So we're talking about Google Maps. Let's do this. Let's go. Let's just go right to Google. I know you can't see me on the video, sorry about that. And let's just do YouTube. Is that better? Okay. So let's just go to YouTube here. And see, I'm signed in, so I'm looking good. And is it specifically an iPhone? It's iPhone. Yes, but again, here you go, branding. This is a smartphone, okay? But iPhone is a brand name, and it's not an Android, right? It's an iPhone. Okay. All right. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to search for. We're just going to type in Google Maps because that's what we've been talking about. But you can do the same thing. See? It doesn't like T's. Google Maps. So I'm going to just type in Google Maps. The more you type in, the less information you're going to get. Does that make sense? The more you type in there, the less information you're going to get, because it's going to be trying to match up all those words to it. So if you type in Google Maps, it'll give you everything that has to do with Google Maps. Now, you could type in how to use Google Maps. And you can see it gives you, it has predictive typing, but it also gave you the second one. It says how to use Google Maps offline. And that's another nice feature too. You could download Google Maps, and then if you don't have internet access, you could still use it, set it up so that later on, once you do connect back to the internet, you can save all your information. But we'll just click on how to use it. And here's where I got a lot of my information from this guy here. Those tips you click on this and it will give you all those tips I just showed you. And basically, you can do that with anything. From how to use your Samsung washing machine to your iPhone to, it doesn't matter, whatever it is. Type it in YouTube, and there's always a half a dozen videos that you can easily scroll through and watch. And some of them are very, very informative. You'll learn a lot. What was your question?
Real quick question. In my car, I use a Garmin GPS, so I prefer a phone. I don't have a data plan on my phone. Can I use the phone for Google Maps without a data plan? Does it work off the wire, the cell?
Can you connect to the internet?
No.
Okay, well, you can't connect to the internet.
If you download the map offline,
Right, offline you
It
can.
works.
You still have to get online to download the map.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. So you do it from home
But
before you
can
leave.
And it would, but it
And it
will know
would-
where I am to get me directed.
Yeah,
That's
the
correct.
GPS
The
is
GPS,
not
yes,
Wi-Fi.
You use GPS.
GPS and phone
Yes.
would work. I don't need
As
a
long
data
as you download, and
Okay.
remember we
That-
did
that's
this
not-
a minute ago?
Got the answer.
You use this feature. I'm glad you mentioned that because we looked at this before, and I said, use Google Maps offline. Offline. And this video, when you're at home, will teach you just how to download Google Maps onto your phone, and then you can use just the GPS because you don't have Wi-Fi or internet in your car, and you'll be able to use it using just the GPS. So that's a good question. Thank you, Shane. Appreciate the help. See, you did learn something today. Anybody else? Questions? Comments? Criticisms? Complaints? Come on. You know this group. Okay. There.
I'm projecting my questions on other people like that.
One I asked you earlier. So let's say you're you arrived at a place and you say, God, I wish I could save this place. That's not.
Oh, and I've struggled with that for months now. And thanks to Noah, I solved it. So you might do some shit that are 1 second fix. So if, can I show that? Absolutely. All right.
So let's go back over here to maps.
This one you can do on your phone.
All right, you can do it on your phone. Can I do it on here?
I don't know. I can on the computer.
So let's say here's where I'm at. So what would I do? Oh yeah, there's your how far it is. If you wanted to know like the crow flies, I think that's what we were doing here. You get over to Green Valley. Or whatever. So you think I can't do it from here?
I don't know if you can do it on the computer. But it was easy enough to just explain on the phone.
Yeah, no, we did it earlier, right?
Yeah.
Click on a location other than your home.
Well, here's the share button over here. I mean, you can always just copy the link.
First of all, does anyone decide to be here? I can explain it to anyone here.
You're clicking
Show
on
us
this
somewhere, and then you're there now. You want to save it for yourself for later. So I want to come back in later. There's no name of the store on the front. Okay?
But
That's the problem.
that's any one of these.
Does
Right
anyone care?
Just pick one, it doesn't matter.
Alright.
Just drop
So,
a pin and let go. Like,
and where you are now is a blue dot. Right? If you touch the blue dot, and then scroll all the way down, it'll say nearby places. And it'll show you the name of the nearest thing that it knows is right there. And then you can save that location. When I say you can save it, there's actually a button that says save, right? And then you can save it to favorites, or I want to go there, or a number of different other categories. But that's something that I use often. Very good little tricks. I didn't know it helped.
And that's just that there's so many little tips and tricks that sometimes with CRS, it's difficult to remember them. I have to, even myself, sit back down and try to figure out what it is. But then I do use YouTube a lot, so don't forget. Whatever it is you want to know, I remember typed it in, how to change out a headlight on the next day. It came up. So believe me, you'll learn also, you'll never get off YouTube once you get on it. It's a wonderful feature. Just great. And you can put in, you can be specific and put in it's an iPhone 11 or iPhone 12, and it'll go right to that phone. If you have an older phone that you bought, it'll show you the older phone. So check that out. Okay, anybody else have any comments? Okay. Last month, we did discuss this. We're going to wrap this up pretty soon. Yeah.
One thing you can do with Google, okay, is you can add a place, okay?
Right.
Anyone can add a place. Now, everyone knows Off the Hour Bistro, okay? When I did Off the Hour Garden, since I put Off the Hour Garden on 5 years ago, there's been 3 million people look at that restaurant. And all you've got to do is click on a place. Oh, something's here. You go down to add missing place, and you can very simply just put in a few details about it, and it'll put it on. Now,
So could we edit my home location to do that?
no, that's specific to you. You can put whatever label you want on whatever pin.
Because right now it comes up as a GPS coordinate instead of the address. So can I change that and add my address, add a picture of my home, that type of stuff?
You can do anything.
Yeah, I would think so.
But if you have a look over here, I have a friend, a Thai friend, who has a scooter garage, and he doesn't do anything, doesn't know anything about the computers, but where is it? Okay, so I'm here. I just type in scooter garage in Jaipur. Okay. This is my mate who fixes my scooter. So what you can do is, yeah, you add the place yourself, and it goes into you, but it also goes in for Google as a thing. It takes, for me, it takes 10 minutes because Google know me. I've got a good reputation. But for you, maybe it'll take a few days, or they might want you to do a few things. But this guy here, if he gets a Google account, he can then set it up as his business. And so he can go Google my business. Yeah, it's my business down the bottom there, and then do like that. So feel free to add a lot more to Google because you're helping them out, and all you need is a Google account to do that.
And you can add pictures as well, right? You can add just about anything.
Yeah, pictures, reviews.
Yeah, telephone numbers can change. I don't know if you can make changes, but you can definitely add stuff. All right. Any other questions about Google Maps before we move on? Actually, it took up a little bit more time than I thought, but hopefully you learned something. Now, last month, no other questions. Last month we had most of our sponsors come in and tell you what was new for 2023. And before we do something here, new president has some few things to say, right? Is that correct? So, Kent, the floor is yours.
Good morning. I want to go back